These 5 settings I'm about to share with you guys will help you improve your accuracy in Call of Duty Mobile, and it will not just help you improve your accuracy, it will help you control any gun's recoil, whether the SMGs or the assaults. Alright, watch this video to the end and I will share with you step by step how to set this correctly. Alright, so first of all, let's head to the training ground. So the first thing you're going to do is go down and pick any gun from the custom here. Alright, so pick any of the ground loot here, and I will say you should pick FFAR because this gun has a very bad recoil. So once you're done doing that, just increase or put your ammo limit to unlimited so that you won't run out of ammo right here. Okay, so all you have to do now is check how the gun's recoil is. Okay, so first of all, ADS like this and then press shift. Okay, so you find out that this gun has a very bad recoil and is not actually okay. So now I will share with you guys some of my favorite settings that I have done and why I did this and how it has helped me improve my aim in this game. All right, so the first thing you should look into is your aim assist. Okay, so I talked about aim assist from basic settings. You will see aim assist. Okay, I talked about aim assist on my previous video and how it helps you track your enemy much better and lock on your enemy much better. Okay, so but for you to be able to also build your aim from scratch, put this aim assist first of all, put it on, put it off in order for you to know what you're doing. Okay, so now the second thing you should look into is your sync ADS FOV scope to zoom. So you scroll all the way down till you find these settings here, so and make sure you put it on. All right, turn this on, and this is how I have mine set. So once you put this on, you find out that all these ones are checked, so you have to uncheck everything. Okay, this is the second step for you to take. So what this actually helps you do is when you scope in, it will reduce your gun's shake and recoil drastically, but that doesn't solve the whole problem. All right, so let's see if is actually off and how it behaves. Okay, so let me put this off at the moment. Okay, so you see that it scopes a lot more bigger. The scope comes a lot more in, kind of like comes all the way in, and this will affect your aim because it will not only cover the areas which is your angles, and when you are shooting and enemy wants to sneak up on you, you won't see the enemy coming because everything is just zoomed in too much. All right, and also it makes your aim look very, very bad. All right, so as you can see, the aim is now way much worse than before. Okay, so that is why you need to put this button on. Okay, so make sure you're using the sync ADS FOV scope to zoom. All right, so once you select this on, then uncheck the rest of them just like I've done on mine and leave this three on. Okay, now that's the second step. The third step you're going to look into is the weapon performances. All right, so this is what happens if your weapon performances is on. Let me increase everything to the maximum, the way you should be as a beginner. This is how yours is going to look like. All right, and then let's try and turn off the sync ADS FOV. All right, so this is what it will do for you down. This is what you're going to be getting. You can see your gun shakes a lot. When you're shooting, it's shaking a lot, and it's very difficult for you to control your recoil. All right, so and that makes your aim looks very bad, and you always lose your gunfight. Okay, so let's go back and put everything the way it was before. So sync ADS scope to zoom should be on, then you put everything off. Okay, off everything right here. Okay, it doesn't help you at all. So let's see how it behaves now. Okay, you can see you have more angles to cover. Like when enemy is sneaking up on you, you know when the enemy is coming and where they're coming from, and you have to react immediately. Okay, so that's what it helps you do also, and it takes away the shakes of the gun. You can see the gun is no longer shaking. All right, the gun is no longer your screen is no longer vibrating. So that's what you should also look at. So the fourth step you're going to take is your first step you're going to take is your FOV scope to zoom, FOV camera or the first step is your FOV. The first step is your camera FOVs. Okay, so when you scroll all the way down, you find your camera FOV. So what this helps you do is it helps you maintain the FOV you recently turned on. Okay, so let's see what this helps you do. Okay, so this is me putting everything to 0, okay, to the minimum. Okay, so let's see what happens. As you can see, my character appears too big, and I don't have enough angle to know when my enemy is sneaking up on me. That is what I was explaining earlier on. Okay, as you can see, I can see very clearly. The angles are very tiny or small, and you feel like you are not moving fast enough. All right, you feel like you're not moving fast enough. Okay, and which is very, very bad. Enemies will sneak up on you from behind and then take you out unaware. Okay, then when you scope, as you can see, it makes your aim also look very, very bad. Okay, so how do you fix this? It's very simple. Okay, so all you have to do is come back up here. If you're using a phone, I will advise you put this to 75, this very number to 75, and then put your camera FOV to 75 as well. Okay, so let's take a look at what your camera FOV helps you do, which is this one. If you're using phone, put this to 75, but if you're playing on iPad, put it to 100, to the maximum 80. Okay, so this is how it looks. All right, so my character or my skin appears more smaller but has more details, just like you witnessed earlier on. As you can see, I have more angles to cover. When I'm facing here, you can see the your enemies from left, from right. You have more angles to cover, and no one is going to sneak up on you unexpectedly that much unless the person is coming from your back. Okay, so that is what it helps you fix. Then, but if you still scope, as you can see, if you want to scope in, you see it takes your aim all the way in still, because you haven't fixed the other FOV scope to zoom. Okay, so if you want to fix that, which is where your FOV range first person only comes in. Okay, so I will also advise, if you're playing on phone, you should keep this to 75 or 80 maximum. Okay, but if you're playing on iPad, I suggest you take this all the way to 90. Okay, then put this other button all the way to 50. Okay, so let's see how it will appear. So whenever you scope in, as you can see, you don't zoom in that much, which will also help you control the recoil on the gun. Okay, you can see the recoil has drastically reduced, and it will be more easier for you to control your aim. Okay, so now the next thing you should look into is your ADS movement, which is ADS movement. This is what you call ADS movement, moving from left to right, from left to right. And this is why I say you should put your aim assist off. Okay, so this is when you start to look for your perfect ADS sensitivity that is going to be a very good match, or a very stable one that will give you a perfect aim and a sticky aim. Okay, so this is what we are working into when you move left and right. Okay, so when you go to your base your settings and you go to sensitivity, you're going to find your ADS sensitivity right here. Okay, mine is 90. Mine is 95. So let's see if we put it to 0, what it's going to do for us. So once it's on the 0, as you can see, I can't move my gun. So I'm trying to move my gun, but it's still standing still. But we can, as you can see, can't do anything right here. Okay, which is very, very bad, and it's going to affect our aim. Okay, so now let's see when we go all the way to the maximum. All right, let's say we take it up all the way to 300. Okay, so let's see, it moves so fast that we can't even control. All right, which is very, very bad and very, very unstable, and you're going to be able to miss your target always. Just for instance, when you backslide, you want to lock on your enemies. As you can see, I'm moving very, very fast, and it's very bad for you, and it's going to give you a very bad reaction time in terms of locking on enemy. Maybe you want to backslide and then lock onto your enemy. You see, it takes me a lot of time for me to put it, and every time counts. Okay, so which is why you need to find a perfect number that is going to be okay for you. All right, so I would recommend you start from 40 or 50. Let's say you start from 50, right? Work your way up by 10 each time you test it out. Okay, let's say 50. So 50 is okay, and you have to add a bot or just use this one here. As you can see, I can track this guy, but not that much. As you can see, I have to swipe several times before I can be able to meet up with his speed. Okay, so which is not okay. Then if you add a bot, then put the speed to high. Add a bot now. Let's see what is going to help us do. As you can see, the bot is moving so fast, and I can't get to the bot with one swipe, which is very bad. Okay, so you have to increase the sensitivity by 10. Okay, so when you're feeling you're getting it so close, you should reduce from 10 to 5. Okay, you start adding from 5 each time you test it out, and this way you are going to be able to find your perfect ADS sensitivity. So let me again increase with 10. As you can see, it's getting a little bit much better, but still I can't have enough reaction time whenever I slide to lock onto my enemy. As you can see, it took me a lot of time for me to turn to my enemy. All right, which is very bad when you want to react so fast. Okay, so always make sure you keep going till you get the perfect number that is going to be okay for you. All right, so which is how I got mine to 95. So whenever I turn, I will lock onto my enemy as fast as possible. Right, as you can see, I will lock onto my enemy as fast as possible. So if you're playing on phone, keep on adding 5 till you get to a perfect number for you on ADS button. So this is how you'll be able to set it and have a perfect aim. Then also on your red dot is more like when you're using your iron guns or blueprint guns, just like let me say the any of your gun with your optics, which is your scope. Okay, so this is what your red dot means. And what is red dot? Let me show you the button here. The button right here is called your red dot, which is this one. This is what you're looking at. This one here, right here, red dot hollow sensitivity. Okay, so let's see, we have it on 0. As you can see, if I scope, I can't move my screen because my iron sight has moved from this basic one, this one, to this one, to the scope. Okay, so I can move this one, but I can't move this one. All right, because the iron sight has changed. Okay, so make sure to put the same number you have on the iron sight to the scope. Okay, so mine is also 95. All right, so that is how you find your perfect sensitivity whenever you're working on your sensitivity overall. All right, so how do you now control your recoil? Okay, so I'll be giving you guys at the end of this video, I'll be giving you guys a bonus tip. Okay,